on. What you
King of Kings.
you supposed to put you in the you supposed to be in the big one. There we go.
I'm
And
good
then
over it.
where your screen at? Your screen's supposed to be over.
The joint disappeared, bro. Look,
Press live and that junk went away. They definitely don't want to see my drawing, bro. They don't want to see that. There you go. Screen share. There we go.
uh, Can you type in the thing now?
It just gave me the private chat. It didn't give me the but I don't ever have the option to post on nobody's. There you go. Hey, it popped up. It popped up for YouTube.
For YouTube. But I mean,
G
people can see it in
Yeah,
man. I mean, people can't see it on the other joint.
probably not on Facebook. But they can see it, but they won't be like if you post a link, they won't be able to click it on there.
Well, that
But at
sucks.
least you can post
They
though.
can see it, but it won't be like if you post a link, they won't be.
So is that playing? Is it playing on your Facebook?
It is delayed.
Yeah, it's gonna give it about a 3 second delay. I see it. It's on there. Hold on, I'm gonna comment and see if it comes up.
So looks like I might have to till we figure that out. That type from Facebook.
Yeah,
That's weird as
there,
hell.
the link came up. Oh, so you posted a link to Facebook? Yeah,
Yeah, I had to do it from Facebook.
hey, that worked. See, and it shows. I don't know why it does that for me. That's my that's my comment, but it won't show my name on there.
On Facebook, it's showing your name, but on here, it's not.
Yeah,
And the one I put from what I just put from through here went to YouTube, but it's not going to Facebook. Uh, I can only comment from here, I guess. That's weird. Just means I guess we have to type from the other side, brother. You feel me?
hey, whatever works really. I'm willing to do it. That's what I had to do on the other shows, anyways. Because I mean, they don't never give me access to the background stuff, so I be having to make it work. But I'm from Cantor, so that's my life.
I saw your post say that, but no one cares.
That's my life. I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay,
Hmm. All right.
but it worked though. So let's see if you. I mean, I'm gonna draw what you're drawing. Let's see. Let me look at your screen. See if I can't just copy your moves as you draw. I'm just gonna see what I can do.
Mhm.
I can't see it no more now that you done made it small.
Oh, my bad.
I'm trying to I'm trying to see what that be like. I ain't never had nothing like that.
You
Never,
never had you never had a small screen?
never had a small screen before. I'm trying to see what that be like. Get that Wolverine, that body shape right there. Got the shoulders coming up off the back, the hand
I
over
might
here.
go get this picture with me and it goes small.
Nah, we need that. We need to see. This is perfect right here. Like I say if you put you on the top left and your art on the top right, and then me on the bottom, and my art across from me, That's a perfect screen. Like if you, yeah, that's perfect right there. Or if you switch you now switch your head to the top left. That's it right there. That's the game. No, leave my art back on the other side, man. We I want to be there. We go. Look, that's perfect right there. And now people can see what I'm drawing, and they see what you drawing.
I feel like they can see the artwork better if they let us make my picture go a little bit smaller. You feel me?
Nah, we don't want to do that. We need equality. We need equal.
Oh, this is this is
So do you just know, like you just know all the muscles in the body?
nope. That is a great misconception, and that's why all my muscles be looking extra. Cats,
Like,
like they work out every ounce of their body. Though I am cheating on this one a little bit because I'm using the old piece to try to redo it.
get the pose right.
Nah, I just want, you talking about you getting the pose right?
Nah, I'll be trying to get my I'll be trying to use poses from uh Pinterest. I'll be finding stuff on Pinterest and iStyle.
Yeah, I go to Pinterest. I go to sometimes if I can't, if my kids and my wife are willing, I'll get them to strike a pose.
Hmm.
Uh, I'll find, that's one good thing about Instagram, I guess. Well, I ain't gonna say it's a great thing because some people don't post pictures no more, but you can always find people striking poses on Instagram.
Yeah,
So sometimes I'll sort through. It might take like 3 or 4 different poses to make the one pose I'm trying to do. Uh, is there a way for us to know if anyone's watching?
yeah. They usually tell you like the number of people in there. I didn't see if you're. Let me go back and see if it's public because sometimes it'll come up and be private. It says live now, public. Somebody put an angry face on there. Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was me.
It says live. Share. See. Share the page. That's me. We're drawing Wolverine.
We're gonna figure it out in due time.
Yeah, let's just play around with it for a little bit. I mean, I got good 30, 20, 15, 30 minutes if you ain't doing that.
I'm supposed to be doing all types of things, but I ain't about that not doing things life.
We're doing something right now. We're setting up. We're setting up the stream. This is important.
True. So I see that it's live. I can't see if anyone's
Somebody
actually.
watching. You see where it says one person is watching, right?
That might be me.
It might be me. I don't think it counts us because
I'm on a separate computer.
me too. So it should technically say two.
Joint delayed. Oh, my joint stopped. All right, we kind of back. Kind of back. About to drop these hats on cartoonsaturdays.com. It's gonna be great. One. All right. So chats we're gonna have to do from the Facebook. I mean, I can post some things. Let's see, but people aren't gonna be able to see it if they're not. It's kind of weird. So that only goes. What would be the purpose of something not showing to all outlets?
They want you to pay for it.
That's weird.
It'll be like that though.
All right. So I see the thing now. Yeah, so that's my profile showing up. I don't know why yours isn't showing up.
Hmm. Facebook be doing me like that though. I'll be like, I want my name on there too. And they be like, no, forget it.
So I'm not recording this one. Should I? I'm not supposed to record. Oh no! I just said I'm not watching no more. Dang, I am watching, bro.
Gotta be on the screen. All right, let's do some. Let me see.
All right. So y'all,
Draw, draw Wolverine. I'm gonna draw Wolverine.
new pose.
Ooh, is it so? Is this a new piece you're doing for something, or just keeping the skills sharp?
This an old piece. I was gonna redo. You know how you go back and look at old stuff and you're like, I think I can do that better because it looks
Yeah.
crazy. From when I do this, 2013.
Oh man.
So it's like 9 years ago. So I was, trying to prep new stuff for when I do get back out to conventions
Yeah, because Wally come back outside.
next year. At least a couple. At least a couple. I would love. I reached out to a couple shows that they ain't got back to me. I guess they forgot your boy. Would love for Heroes to get back to you, boy. What's happening?
Hey, all I know is when we went, they was mad we wasn't Wally. They
Who's
said,
man?
"Hey, you don't look like Wally." I said, "Oh yeah, but we know Wally." They said, "But you ain't him though. You ain't Wally."
Nah.
I said,
Heroes
we
said
gonna
that?
try. We gonna try some people at Heroes. They
Oh,
was
yeah.
expect. They was looking for your table. They said, "Why y'all at Wally table? Y'all ain't him." I said, "But that's we know Wally though."
I'm sure the
I said,
conversation won't quite like that, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
he said that ain't good enough. I said, "Okay, well, I apologize, but that's what you got for now."
It's probably more like, oh, some black people. What's happening?
Yeah, it was similar to that.
Let's see.
I have a problem with angles, man. Like I can draw arms like straight out and to the side, but when you get to bending and doing all of this, like all this kind of stuff,
That's where the picture references come in.
that junk is hard. I'll be like, why does the arm gotta turn? I just want it to be straight out.
That's why them picture references come in real good. I mean, you don't want to be straight out because it get boring.
Yeah, that's the
So,
truth.
and then it's all the illusion. For me, keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I just do find my ways to do things. So, well, you got your body turned a little bit more than I got this turned. So, I'm kind of doing the. I've changed my neckline. So, what I've been trying to implement more is the beanbag body.
Beanbag body.
Yeah, the
That's
beanbag body. So it's like we just kind of do a rough shape of what you want. I do my lines darker because they look like they're not showing up very good, right? And then
mhm.
you carry a divider line down, and then figure out where your ribs are gonna go. You 3D those ribs.
I'm gonna start it all over, bro. This is ridiculous.
This all the way over. This is also why I draw in different colors too, so I can draw over stuff, even if it's on paper, traditional paper, so I can draw over stuff and leave some of the other stuff. They get messy though, but
Yeah,
so I'm gonna lighten this up and do it again with you. Again, not saying this is the answer. This is just one of the things I do, right?
yeah.
So of course, We all know drawing the little face thing that indicates which way you looking, trying to line up your ears and all that good stuff. Neck.
Wolverine always got that like hunch, like he always hunched over.
Yeah, so yeah, you kind of got it good. Trying to go further back than the actual neck and shoulders and stuff. But no, I don't know what those muscles are called. Make it hunch over more than the average person's would, basically. Yeah. So with the beanbag, once you find the middle of where your face is, you keep that line going down to be the middle of the chest,
Hmm.
like you putting the ribs on the person. And then I carry it over. So yeah, like right there, throw that line so it look like the 3 dimensional side of the ribs, right?
Yeah, you drawing in 3D.
And then bringing the belly button and all that stuff down, which is
Bro,
just
I don't
using
even
it.
understand 2D yet, and you drawing in 3D. Give me a bro. I need an extra class for that.
Hey man, trying to give it a little bit of depth, they say. So then I'll do a center mark to try and establish the neckline,
Hmm.
and bring the line down to try and establish where, I guess, technically where your chest, pecs, whatever they call this right here, will be at, right?
Yeah,
Mm, mm, Terrible.
pectorals. All right, so but all this back here is you just seeing the front, or is this gonna be the side?
So this stuff over here starts to become like, so here's the back of the neck and shoulders. Change colors. The back of the neck and shoulders coming around to where your arms, your shoulder would meet up here, right?
Hmm.
And where this arm would come in, and then you used to try to do that forearm, forearm thing, because that's going to come across the body. Oh, for your claws, right? So he's doing the crazy quick.
Hmm.
So I had to force myself to start drawing in like cylinders and stuff like that, so to have some sort of depth to it,
Yeah,
depth to it, and trying to make it appear more 3 dimensional, so to speak. So making an arm kind of look like it's coming forward towards people more. Because I think the more 3 dimensional you try to make it appear to be, the more it feels like it's coming off the page a little bit.
for sure.
And then it's the same thing down here, connecting we're not drawing the whole body, but this is where you would connect the lower part of the waist or whatever. I mean, the midsection where all the other goodies of the body is at, right? But so with the arm, and then people hate to do this because it feels like it's messing up your drawing, but that's why I always sketch light. But on camera, it's hard to sketch light because it don't show up good. But you want to draw all the way through. Where we at?
Through the head to the other side.
Yeah, so you can get a better idea where that other shoulder should be.
Hmm. Because at this angle, it's gonna be kind of behind the head. I mean, kind of
So you want come off that depending on what pose you're gonna do with the arm. That's gonna of course impact how that looks or whatever. So I'm just doing your typical angry Wolverine thing.
Wolverine always angry.
And then you can erase that back out once you feel like you got it or you wanted it.
Here, to come kind of like this. You should give it some shape.
And because I'm digital, I can move them around a little bit. Mm,
It's crazy. Like you be trying to draw the same thing and it don't come out the same way. Not like, of course, everybody's gonna draw it a little different. You
right,
got different strokes for different folks, as they say.
right. That part.
But like, even me like looking at what you're drawing and trying to kind of do the same thing, mine's is gonna look different than
Right.
yours.
But it's more about just the practice of. That's why like you go see people going to those anatomy painting sessions, and even though they're looking at the same model, there's some differences in the perspective and
Yeah,
the layout and whatever.
for sure.
But the goal is just to try to learn a little bit more about the process, about even understanding yourself. Like what's your strong points, what's your weak points,
Yeah,
making the strong points better and learning to get stronger at your weak points, I guess.
man, this is almost like it kind of feels like sculpting. Like if you ever like did sculptures or whatever, it almost feels like that. Because like every time you sketch over a line, it kind of defines it more,
Right.
and eventually, the darkest line's gonna stick out, but the light lines kind of give it more texture and stuff like that. And then if you bring out the pens and the charcoal or whatever, like I just got this sitting here, but this it's why you like art, but at the same time it can kind of be kind of frustrating because you be like, man, this don't look exactly like I want it to look, but it still kind of look good. I like it. And then
Yeah, I
like you
mean,
said, like you said, you go back in 3 years and be like, I can do that better.
I'd be like, I hope I can do that better. Because if I ain't learned that in like 3 years, I feel like, what am I doing? But yeah, I agree. I think that's why there's a book called Anatomy. What is it? Anatomy for Sculptors, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
It's kind of expensive book, but it it takes drawing from the perspective of 3D sculpture to a degree, so that you can try to get a better understanding of building up the body, building up the frame, the silhouettes, whatever,
Hmm.
as if you were sculpting.
What's up, Aaron? Aaron, Aaron Cannon.
Oh yeah, that's the homie.
Aaron Cannon said, "What's up?" in the comments.
That's the homie. I got
Where
to.
do you? All right. See, this is for me. I always jump into the details too fast.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but then I was like, you know what? Who am I to tell you to put whether or not he should be putting the mask on already or not?
It was like, bro, get the position first, get the pose first. I always feel like I get the throwing into the details because when I draw ace blade, I always want to go ahead and put them. I always want to put the goggles on, so I can see where he's looking or whatever. But I always know that I'm doing it too fast because I don't even be having my pose right first. I don't even know where the arms are and the chest are and stuff like that.
See, that's what that line is for, though. So when you do that circle, right, wherever you put that line, that's what direction.
Hmm.
So you got to start trusting your lines, bro.
You got the trust. You got the trust.
So when you put like, so let's take this one right here real quick. This is a terrible head, but we take this and put that in there, and now we know the eyes are right here. The nose is basically gonna go right there. You little triangle, before you ain't got to put nothing in there because your lines are kind of already establishing this is where they are.
Hmm.
But just avoid. It's kind of like when you be putting spoilers out there, man. Just avoid the spoiler
Well, we all know, we all know I ain't good at that.
because you want to get. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I guess it's just it can cause you to jump around, and some people do work like that. They're trying to get their other details in, and while they're figuring out something else, they jump to something else.
Yeah,
But then you might get caught up doing too much details on those things, and that's you see half the picture finished and the other half still in a complete sketch mode.
yeah,
But that's also see, I think you're drawing and learning, and you're looking at I want to complete this piece. Whereas sometimes what you might want to focus more on is just let me do a bunch of random. Let me just focus on doing some sketching just for the sake of getting my understanding of direction of the eyes. Let me
yeah.
get my understanding of the rib cage because sometimes I just draw the bean bag and focus on how those ribs are going to be looking. Sound like we cooking something.
Yeah, and I'm getting better with that too. Getting like, 'cause I've been taking time, as a designer. Like, I sketch a lot, but it's not bodies. Like, I don't do anatomy as much as a designer. Like, I'm doing shapes and letters and stuff like that.
Right.
So when I get to, when I do my concepts for, a logo or whatever, like I want, you might want a square logo, you might want a circle, you might want, a circle in the middle and two squares on the side, whatever, just to kind of get the foundation of a logo. So I
Right.
do that a lot. But when it comes to the body, you're right. I be trying to get to the finished product so fast. I'd be like, yo, I want it to be done. But these steps are important to get to that.
Yeah. Even though it seems boring, and for most people it is boring because they just like get to the action scenes, get to the things that's really cool. But those cool things need this boring stuff first.
Yeah.
So I would look up videos on like beanbag bodies, drawing bodies from a beanbag, any of that type of stuff, because it just helps you to understand position and placement of the general anatomy and structure first, which might not seem very exciting,
Hmm.
but I promise the more you do it, the more
Bro,
comfortable you get with just drawing those angles and those other things.
the disrespect. David Rucker always got to disrespect somebody in the comments, bro. I'm trying. I'm trying to learn, David. I'm trying to learn how to draw. That's the point.
I was supposed to call David. What time is it? Oh, okay. He said he had some time at 2. So I called the brother. He's a Marine though. Ain't that what he's supposed to do?
Yeah, that's right. You can't count on the Marines though, unless it's to fight. Then you can count on
What else you want them to do?
them. They show up. They about that action. They want to go ahead and get into it. Like, I just want to talk sometimes. Can't we just talk and be friends? Nah, we want to fight.
That's what they trained to do. Go Power Rangers. So maybe the next time we on, we should just do a bunch of beanbag bodies and heads.
Yeah, beanbag bodies.
Because that way you're not trying to get to an end goal. You're just doing that time. It's just let's just draw.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, Dave. You ain't gotta always fight. Sometimes you gotta just do a beanbag body, do some poses, do some hands and some shoulders and feet, stuff like that.
He just asked about your wig, cuz. Can you tell me it wasn't technically a wig though?
It was, first of all, it wasn't a wig. It was a what do they call it? A piece. It was just a I don't even know what Tiana called it. And that was 3 years ago. I posted the video because
Mm.
it was some time ago. The beard was more recent. I had a beard done too. I had a beard, but I was looking too much like lumberjack, so I had to take it off.
So how long did it take to get that piece off of your head after she put it on there?
I left it on for about two. I left it on for 2 days. I wore it in the shower just to I was just
Uh-huh.
testing it out for Tiana, and it held. It did what it was supposed to do. But after 2 days, like I had to get it off me. I enjoy my bald head, and like when I'm in the shower, when you're washing it, like I want to be thorough, and you can't do that. You got to be gentle, and I'd be like, no, I can't do it. So it had to come off. But it lasted about 2 days. But it would have lasted, it would have lasted a couple of weeks if I would have just left it. But
But how long did you I mean how do you take it off? You just put some like wash it real heavy and it just come off?
it's like a so it does have like a cap. Like you got the glue and then you got the cap. You got more glue. So you could technically take the whole thing off as a piece, but um, it just depends on who's doing it and how they put it on. So you could, it's like a wig. It's got a little cap, but you cut around where you want your line and all that stuff, so you could take it off. But on top of the cap is like the individual fibers and stuff like that. So it's not attached to it. It's not like sewn into the thing as one piece. It's
Yeah.
just glue, and then the individual fibers from the hair are on there, glued onto it. So
Yeah.
if you rub it, it'll come off. It'll just be a ball cap or whatever. But next time I'm gonna get me some cornrows, and then braids all the way down the back, and have the little John, the little John, the dreadlocks. I'm gonna have to do my thing.
Are
Get
you
that
applying
Mile High
for
for 8 mile.
are you applying for a Tyler Perry movie or something? What you doing?
I might be. I might be. I can do that.
Oh,
I just like the different looks. Just for my TikToks or whatever. Get my different looks just for my portfolio.
your acting portfolio?
Yeah, man. Might have to take that leap. Go down to Atlanta. See if I can give me a part or two.
David said why? Danny's shaped like a beanbag. What?
You see the Marines? They just want to disrespect you at every possible moment. But that's all right. I love you either way. I love you either way, bro.
I guess, because David wakes up at 3 in the morning and runs 30 miles. He on that Michael B. Jordan workout, the
Bro.
rock. He runs 30 miles with a tire strapped to his back. He feel like everybody else got to be, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, anybody got time for that? I need my sleep.
Well, he goes to bed at 7:30, so he can get up at that time.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Speaking of that, ain't it? Don't you need to be taking a nap, David? You're taking a nap about right now. Conserve your energy for later.
I feel like that's a joke related to his age or something. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I thought y'all military cats supposed to have each other back. Why y'all be going at each other so much?
David like 53 or something like that. He be acting young, but I saw him at Heroes Con. He was falling asleep at the table. I
Dang.
said, bro, come on now.
Maybe he was up late.
He was talking to customers mid sentence, just started snoring.
Ah,
Come on now. You gotta pay attention to the table at least. At least stay up for the people.
that's why he probably Stephanie was there. She probably was holding it down, so he ain't
She
have
was holding it down. Thankfully she was there because he definitely wasn't.
to. Thankfully, she was there because he definitely wasn't.
I almost called Lonzo on him. He with concrete now. I almost called Lonzo and told him, "Hey, bro, listen, your man out here. nodding at the table, but I didn't want to put him on blast like that. So
You almost had to call his boss,
I almost had to call the boss on
tell him he was slacking.
him. I didn't want to get him in trouble though. So I know he just got signed with them, so I ain't trying to get him in trouble. But you know,
Where you don't want to lose the deal so quick. You feel me? Be like Smokey on getting fired on your day off. That'd be
on
terrible.
on the convention weekend, that ain't right.
Completely terrible.
How do you decide like your poses for different characters? Like my one thing I have trouble with, and I know we run up on 30 minutes, but like I never know how I want people to look. Like I feel like some people have, like my daughter, she can just think in her brain, this is what I want to put on a page and just start drawing it. I
Mm,
have a huge trouble with that because I never know. Like I'd be like, I know I want to draw Ace Blade, but like what do I want him to be doing? I have no clue. I have no clue what I want him to be doing. I don't know if I want him to be swinging a sword at somebody. You know, the storyteller in me always wants to make a story, but when I get to drawing, I like it disconnects. Like my brain disconnects from that part. I just be like, what do I want him to be doing? Like it,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, personally, if I can't figure if I don't have like if there's not a moment, it's I guess it's in the comics you kind of know based on what's supposed to be happening, what you might want to do. But in general poses, what I start to do is if I can't think of anything or if I feel like everything is just looking the same, is just look for poses.
Hmm.
Like just look for interesting poses, or I'll look at a martial arts film or anything, fight choreography, any of that stuff, and try to find some kind of pose that kind of looks cool, that I
Hmm.
think kind of looks cool, and then I'll just go from there and try to oh dang, we know who the boss is in your house, Danny. Dang, he,
Yeah, me.
well this ain't recorded, so maybe Tiana won't see it, but
Yeah, we know who the boss is. Tiana know too.
I wouldn't say stuff like that publicly, bro.
She right next door. She
Yeah, she ain't looking at Facebook though.
Yo, she literally just sent me a text message just now. Like, how that happen? I, te-
Yeah,
I
you
got scared
know,
for a second.
I want to be careful, bro.
I got scared for a second.
Fucking reckless.
Like, can she hear me? Is she listening? No.
But yeah, I just try to find poses, man. Like the idea that you got to come with everything from your head is it's really crippling to think like that instead of just focusing on finding things that motivate. And it also helps you to make sure that the pose is realistic, or as realistic as you might want to get it, because you can exaggerate, but having a real reference makes it like sometimes when I draw stuff, you can if you look at it enough, you can tell when I just went off the binge and just drew it completely from my head compared to when I used a reference because things fall more in perspective of how anatomy works whenever I and sometimes I'll draw it based on the reference and then extend it to be crazy because it's like, yeah, but that don't look as cool.
Mhm.
So let's stick that leg a little bit higher or make that arm do some weird thing that arms ain't supposed to do. But just look up references, bro. Find people, martial artists. Um, who is it? 21 Draw? There's a book for fight poses that I go to a lot. Masters of Anatomy. They have a fight pose book. They have a bunch of anatomy books in general, like this joint right here, Anatomy in Action. They have a whole series of these books, and it's just you got that book.
Somebody just sent me a book. It was Dynamic Action.
I've seen that. I know I don't have it though. I don't own that one.
Dynamic Action. It's got some pretty good stuff in it. I had asked somebody. I had asked on TikTok, and he sent me an email to the file. And it's got some like dynamic lights and and suggestions for like poses, and it talks about this line theory, like starting with a line, like you want to have a basic line in the art, like the body, a line that your body follows,
Yeah,
kind of from head to toe.
that's part of that beanbag layout too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I try to do that sometimes, but it don't always read well to for me. But you know, so with this book, I don't know how well this is coming across, but you got a bunch of just poses in general that can be broken up, taking different pieces to make you know one full piece or whatever. Some of them are super sketched out, some of them are more detailed, but it's more or less just references
Hmm.
if you don't have real life references. And they got a series of these that go over different things. I think I got at least four. So there's the fighting poses,
Oh man,
female action poses.
where
There,
where do you get these from? You got them from Barnes and Noble?
I don't know if Barnes and Noble sells them or not. They have their website, Masters of Anatomy. They
Oh.
normally do Kickstarters, and I always get them doing the Kickstarters because sometimes the price is a little bit better. But
Hmm.
now I think they got like 5 or 6 volumes, and so you can order the whole thing as a giant book, which is big as I don't know what. So I never ordered that one because I already had the individual ones.
Yeah.
Um, or you can just buy the individual ones as well. But it's it's a source that I go to a lot. I use those books a ton. You know,
Yeah.
so my little red panda man here is another use of the beanbag. Trying to figure out basic body structure, but just using that beanbag, and then the line that carries all the way through. So we know this is stomach, this is face, nose, mouth, and then the legs come straight off of the body. Cause this is more cartoon, so you ain't got to be as exact with it, but it's still recognizable as some sort of an animal, right?
Yeah.
But it's just a bag, basically. So if I wanted him to sit, not a bag like the young kids are talking about where they're trying to get their money, but I wanted him to sit, draw his other leg, might be able to see part of that leg, his arms coming off of here, and he's holding something, an apple or something. I don't know what he's eating. His ears, his head's down. You can't see his full face, his tail. But again, it's just a little bag thing. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go in and do details on the stripes on his tail and all the other stuff, clean up, start defining everything more after that. But even with a person, so here's the dude, little bean bag, line going straight through his head, arm, and the legs. I don't know. He's singing and shouting or something. I don't know what he's doing, but lines indicating which way he's looking. The head probably a little small for the body, but you get the general idea of it. So even though it may seem boring, I might take a book, a sketchbook or something, and just draw a bunch of these just to try poses. Like what kind of pose do I want to really be doing? How much energy does this pose need?
Hmm.
Sometimes you come up with something cool, sometimes you don't. Finding your I guess your perspective of
Bro,
where
that's a whole nother class perspective, bro. I seen somebody on TikTok doing a 5 point perspective. I said they doing some different stuff, bro.
It get crazy, man.
Yeah,
But you know, I guess we'll draw randomly sometimes, and sometimes we'll pick things to focus on. But if you're willing, I think it'd be cool because a lot of this stuff is, even though I might do it on the daily, I'm still learning to get that comfort curve. You
yeah,
know, because you look at some cats, they don't do none of this stuff now. They just straight draw.
yeah,
But those are the cats who have either a crazy understanding or they've practiced and practiced to where they can see it before they even start putting it down. But yeah, even stuff like what you're doing right there, just staying focused on that. Here's the head, here's the turn, here's the where the eyes are looking, the yada yada yada, and then that helps you with figuring out the placement of nose, ears, which we know when you're drawing comics, sometimes if you ain't no perfectionist, you start getting out of control with just trying to get it laid out and go.
yeah.
But for pieces, posters and stuff like that, you know, dynamic pieces, you want to put the time in to get that stuff down. So maybe next time, man, we just do a series of beanbag bodies and heads and some basic faces. Because I've been
I'm gonna get.
studying
We're gonna
expression.
get a. We're gonna get a name for this before next time, and definitely beanbag bodies and facial expressions. Um, first up, say
Yes.
we call it Wally's.
Nah, we ain't call it none of that.
We need to put your name in it. Uh, art terms that start with W. Um, watercolors. You don't do watercolors, do you? You do watercolors?
I do watercolors on occasion. The hell is this? Oh, that's not a real order. Whew. I do watercolors on occasion. I normally do them in my sketchbooks. Uh, like I just to separate things so I can see what I'm working on a little bit better
Mm-hmm.
after I lay it out. Or if I'm doing like my blue dog is a watercolor.
Okay.
So I like doing watercolors in these sketchbooks because these pages are watercolor
Yeah.
marker, whatever. And then every once in a while I'll do it on like this Venom piece I did not too long ago was watercolor and marker, but it's all black, so it's hard to really see where any of the watercolors at now.
Oh yeah.
But I used to hate watercolors when I was in school because I had a teacher that was always trying to make me do watercolors.
Hey man. My guy Tony Moy. You know Tony, right?
Hmm.
He be killing it with the watercolors.
Watercolors are beautiful if
Yeah.
you gain that understanding. I suck at them. I mean, I can do something in my sketchbook and get it done, but how the markers working out, by the way?
Um, I'm building my confidence with them. I just like putting colors now, man. Like if I got a good and the problem with me is just being able to sit down for an extended period of time to do it. So like doing something like this, I think would be good for me because I can just sit down and use, what I'm saying, just do it,
Right.
and I can learn it, and it won't take as long, when I actually want to sit down and do a cover or a pin up or some pages or whatever. Um, but for me, it's just because right now, like I'm thinking about writing, I want to finish writing, Ace Blade 7, 8, and 9. So, um, just sitting down to do it, I think is important, and kind
Right.
of being, people, the psychologists will tell you, be mindful and be present, be in the moment, and do what you're supposed to be doing right now, and focus on that. And I think art is good for that. It's kind of a therapy to let you just sit down and do what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, like I said, man, whenever you get on, man, just send me the link and I'll jump on, and if we can find a consistent time to do it, I appreciate it because I'm learning from the master right now. So
Oh yeah, when they join? When he or she or it joining us?
we're already on there, bro. What's up, Jeremy? Jeremy Funderburk.
What up, bro? That's the homie that he used to. I don't know if he wants this stuff shared or not, but he's an ill artist who also was heavy in animation at one point,
Hmm.
and then he took another career path. But I think his talents are still there whenever he does choose to call upon them. You know, but that's little bro right there.
So,
Little bro helped establish a heavy lesson. A quick story before we jump off. He used to come to the conventions with us, um, super young days, and he was kind of shadowing us and learning. So he tabled with us one year, and he had some prints. And you know how the print game work. There's normally like a general price that people kind of be within or whatever. And so he's
yeah.
like, "Yo, bro, I want to sell." I can't remember the numbers, but he was like, "Yo, I want to sell my print for blah blah blah," and it was
Hmm.
like maybe 10, 15, $20 more than what everybody else was selling them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, he said he hit a sketch pad recently. See, I know he can call upon it whenever he wants to. See, um, so his price was like higher than our prices at the table, right? And I'm like, well, keep in mind the competitive nature of things. You know, everybody's sitting here at similar prices, and you're in this other price range. But I understand value as well. So either one or two things happen: you price yourself out of certain people, but attract other people,
Hmm.
or you know it's just a learning experience about value and pricing, right? But either way, my thing was I'm not going to tell this cat don't price based on what you believe the value is,
Yeah.
because who is anybody to tell somebody that? Oh, he said 40, so he sold his print for 40. Now this is back in the day when everybody was doing 5, 10. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for print, and he stood on his pricing. Like I can't remember anybody else's reaction to it. I just remember me and him had a quick conversation. He was like, "Yo, this is where I'm at," and I'm like, if you believe in that, stand on it. He stood on it and
Yeah.
sold out. If I remember correctly, if he didn't sell out, he close to sold out, and he probably made more money in that time frame than everybody else who was selling at the lower price. Of course, having dope art helped,
Yeah.
but he was sitting at a table full of dope artists. It was a bunch of cats who was building up whatever over there, and he stood. And to me, I think that's important for artists to know that there's a value in what they do, and to
Yeah.
seek out the people who see and believe in that and support that. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying if everybody else is selling for 20, you sell for 1,000. But if that's what you believe and that's what you feel like you are, and you prepared to run for that, then run on that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
Jeremy was super young. I don't remember how old he was at that time, but he was super young and understood there was a value that he wanted to establish with his work, and he stood on it and did that. You know what I mean? To the
Hey.
point where some of the older cats was looking like, "How the hell? Why didn't I?" You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, man, no, I know, man. Like, I can't remember his name right now, but there's a guy who does, he does exclusively prints, but he does large size, and he does textures on his prints, and he does them for 70, $80, but they are like two by three. They're
mm,
they're bigger prints, and like you said, he does them with like textures and all kinds of stuff, and hey, I can't, if I can't afford it, the next dude might be able to, the next person might be able to.
right, right.
Um, yeah, at 17 years old, hey, yeah, we need to get you back in the game, Jeremy. Um, Send me your prices. If Wally say you dope, I ain't even seen your work yet, but I'll check it out. If you're getting back in the game, bro, you bring the sketch pads back out. We can make it work.
I don't know if he wants to do. I mean, I can't speak for him. I don't know if he wants to get back to it for the money or not. I think he's doing pretty all right in his field of life
Mhm.
right now. But never nothing wrong with some side opportunities.
Hey, you can't be too bored, Davey. You still on here. You can't be too bored. But y'all Marines, you get bored. You get bored at any time or anything, bro. Nothing. You got them short attention spans. But that's all right. I ain't gonna be arguing with David every week, bro. I ain't gonna be arguing with you on the show, on Wally's show.
Man, what y'all military cats do is not my business. I tend to
That's one
stay
thing.
out of those
That's
deals.
see, man. I'm a peace loving dude, man. But the thing on military folk try to get you. You gotta give it back to them. But it's all love, though, bro. I'm working on building businesses to fund the other stuff. Hey, I feel it. I feel it. That's how you gotta do. But anyway, man, it's about time. I done missed lunch. I was supposed to go get something to eat. I need to go check on the wife. She might be over there starving.
Yeah, what you should do is go over there and apologize for your comments before she miraculously find out. You know what I'm saying? What
But
does that mean? What kind of insult is that? You're a Melvin. What the hell is that? That's some military stuff?
hey, that's some marine stuff. I don't even know what it is.
You're a Melvin.
Hey, as long as you don't call me a Kanye, we'll be all right.
Uh,
Anyways, all right, brother. I'll catch you later.
all right, peace, my brother. We will be on here. So what we doing tomorrow? We getting on tomorrow, or we gonna wait till next week?
Tomorrow afternoon. Let's do it tomorrow. I get off work at 3. I should be able to be in place between you say
Stop it.
between 5 and 7.
Stop it. You want to do 6:30? You want to do 7? Give me a real time.
6:30 tomorrow.
6:30.
6:30.
They call you a Mitch. What the hell? Who are these people that are insults to call people? Cause I want to be clear if I say it by accident.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel insulted. You know. So
A Melvin
all right,
and a Mitch. All right.
tomorrow 6:30. I'll be here.
6:30. All right. Well, yeah, we'll both be here. I'm send. We're gonna pop it off.
All
All
right.
right, then, brother.
All right, man. Catch you later. Appreciate it.
Peace. Well, would be peace if I knew how to end it. Bam.